Alright, we have a chance to take a look at the new Surefire headlamp, the Saint Minimus. Taking a look, I guess, from the outside. Gives us some information on the back. They're saying for search and rescue, SWAT, military, special ops, and other demanding customers depend on world-class illumination tools. Wire engineers created the Saint Minimus, a no-compromise headlamp designed for exceptional performance, all-night comfort, solid-state LED, up to 100 lumens of light, 50 hours runtime at its lowest setting, using just one 123 battery. Variable light output allows one-hand selection of any light level from 1 to 100 lumens, and it also has an emergency SOS mode. It says its microfiber headband system includes a washable, moisture-wicking breathoprene pad, low-profile buckles, and smooth stitching to eliminate the pressure points. Features a high-performance LED with refractive optic, which provides or produces a wide, smooth beam, hard analyzed housing, lightweight, variable output, and then a washable head strap with the breathoprene pad. Says it's from Mount Baldy Circle, Fountain Valley, California. Looks like we've got it in French. We've got it in German, I guess. Gives us some more information about the light outputs. It's a variable. It looks like it says 1 meter underwater. SOS, and it tells us it's 3.3 ounces. Looks like the light output, runtime, and distance. It says the distance in meters on low is 4 meters, medium is 13 meters, and high is 42 meters. Runtime on low, medium, and high, 50 hours, 15 hours, and 1.5 hours. And the output is from either 1 lumen, 10 lumens, or 100 lumens. So I guess the extreme is if you leave it on low power always, you get 50 hours, and you can see about 4 meters out in front of you. If you go up to the extreme, you can get it at 100 lumens for an hour and a half, and that's going to let you see out about 42 meters. So it does sound like it'd be useful for search and rescue. Looks like somebody tore into the box here. It's the typical Surefire cardboard box. This time there's a clamshell inside. It's not all sealed though. It looks like this will open up. So it's just a tad bit tedious, but it's not overly cumbersome or anything. I guess it might be a little bit of overkill, but they didn't want it to roll around in there. I guess they wanted it to be positioned in front of that window. So my first impression is 3.3 ounces. Yeah, I mean, I know it's in my hand, but pretty much feels like it weighs about the same as my knife there. Taking a look at it, it's not totally obvious where the light comes out. And then I see inside here that that's where the light is. So I guess what it is now is just turned. So I'm going to turn it out. First off, it looks pretty interesting. It's a clear bulb with Fresnel lens looking pattern in there. This here must be the, I guess it's just the battery caps, doesn't seem to do anything. This one is the variable. There's just the faintest click when it turns off. There's no noise when you turn it on. And I just pointed it at my eyes and it sort of hurt. So definitely pretty bright. There's the spot. I like the fact that it's just one CR123 battery. Makes me think that if you had other flashlights that use the 123s and they were running low, you'd always have some amount of light coming out of this. So I'm looking at it and it looks like the tube for the battery is going to end up going sort of like in line with your forehead there, and easy to maneuver up and down, which is handy for if you're walking or if you're doing task work. I like the idea of that. So this side must just be the battery cap. Sure enough, it's really just the battery compartment. Very lightweight aluminum. There's the spring in there, anodized on the outside. It looks like the circuitry's right there. It's got, of course, a Surefire battery in it. Of course, like you'd expect for a fairly expensive light, it's going to everything fits perfectly, everything works perfectly. Very solid. Taking a look at the headband now. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it feels like a comfortable headband. Looks as though it's as simple as sliding it through this notch, bringing it in and letting it expand out to the full slot there for it. Strong enough polymer here, not very flexible at all. So stronger than or more rigid than a Kydex. It's injected molded. Doesn't give a lot of play there. Seems like there's some Velcro stuff here. I suspect the pad's not here. Not sure what the deal is there. There's some Velcro hook and loop here on the back. Let's take a look at the instructions. Yeah, sure enough, slide headband into headband mounting slot. So I guess somebody took the headband out of here or didn't put it back in. Remove the breathe-a-preen pad from the back of headlamp. Wash with water. So somebody removed that part. I'm gonna have to find out what happened to that, or if it wasn't included. So basically, the instructions are just 2 pages, and then they repeat them in a couple of different languages. I think we pretty much covered all the features of it. Looks like you can register and you could win a free flashlight, and then it says, did you know batteries from Surefire have a 10-year shelf life, ready for any emergency. Purchase their batteries by going to their website or your participating Surefire dealer. A couple of warnings. Not much else in the paperwork. So that's probably pretty boring, but I'm going to go ahead and stick it on my head here. And turn it on. Seems like it's real easy to use. I probably should have turned it on the other way. I'll turn off the lights here. There it is at full brightness. I'm gonna move it down just a hair. So if I was doing a task, it would work pretty good. There's the camera. I have it set up so that it's my left hand that's using it, that's using the controls. But I could easily take it off. I definitely would have to adjust this. It's pretty tight on my head. I'm going to open up the strap a little bit as I flip the controls over to the right side. And with the band opened up quite a bit, I'd have to say this is definitely a high quality headband or head mounted light. You can already see how this would be very effective, very comfortable. The band is wide enough to I don't even realize that it's there. I'd probably open it even just a hair more for my big head, but I've got a figure a pretty big head here, and I didn't even need to go all the way to the end, so I would definitely say it's a one size fits all. They didn't skimp on it. Sometimes the larger extremes and the smaller extremes get left out, but it looks like you can cinch this all the way up to what I suspect is much smaller than any normal circumstance would require. So overall, I'm real impressed with it. 3.3 ounces, you can't beat that. So stay tuned for some reports on the Saint Minimus after we've used it for a little bit.